Hi everyone, it's Johnny yet again to talk about a brilliant project that we're funding through the patron scheme. I'm here with Scottish artist Amanda Aiken. Amanda, brilliant to have you here.
Hi.
Now, Amanda is a storyboard artist, and I wondered first of all, could you just tell us how that looks? And I know on your website you boldly say, "I will work with you to visualize your story." What does that look like? How do you go about doing that?
Sometimes it depends on the particular project, because I've worked on features, short films, TV shows, and they can all be a little different. Sometimes people will bring an idea and they won't have a script, but it's transforming that into drawn panels that are basically the blueprint for either a live action film or an animated film. So primarily I work in animation, and primarily what I do is I get a script and I turn that into a series of panels that are then turned into what's called an animatic, which is like a rough version of the film or the TV show with scratch dialogue, scratch music. It's like a dress rehearsal essentially for the final film.
Oh, fantastic! And your intention is to move from being a storyboard artist to a story artist. Can you explain the difference between those two and how that transition might work?
Yeah, so story artists, they generally how that works is instead of having a script, they might have just an idea to start with, and so they will develop the story with visuals more than with a written script. So, this is how Disney makes their features, their animated features. They basically have a room of story artists who draw gags and different moments visually from the idea, and these will be adjusted and edited like with a written piece, to tell the story visually first of all, and then they actually write the script afterwards.
Wow.
So though that's it's not so much done here, I think what I enjoy about that is the development. There's a real involvement with the development of the story. So it's not just taking the written word and visualizing it. It's actually creating the story. Yeah. And that's what I'm interested in.
So it's all mainly about story, I guess. That's the key thing that links. And what would you say? What would make a good story from your perspective?
I think it's there's so many things. I mean, and there's books and books and books on telling good stories and how it's structured and things like that. But I think for me, when I'm writing a story, I'm thinking about or drawing a story, I'm thinking how a character would react in a situation. Like, is that genuine to their character? Are people going to believe that when they watch it or read it? Do I believe it? Do I believe their actions, even if I wouldn't act in that way?
Yes, certainly.
Do I believe it while I'm reading? Or I try to distance myself a little from my own work so I can experience it a little how the audience might.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that believability is so crucial, isn't it? It's really good. Well, I mean, a story that you're working on at present is the reason for this call, I guess, through the Sputnik patron scheme. We're helping to fund a graphic novel that you're working on. Can you give us a bit more information about that?
Yeah, so it's a new area for me. I've written and drawn my whole life, but I still write stories occasionally while I work in my usual work. And one story, I decided that I wanted to tell it as a graphic novel. It's quite a short story. I thought, well, that's at least it's not an epic. I can start slow.
Yeah.
And so with this story, I it's been a couple of years, I think, since I actually started developing it as a graphic novel. And I got a bit stuck because character designing is just not my real area of expertise. I'm normally using other people's character designs. And so that's why I reached out to Sputnik, actually, for funding, was to help me give that boost so I can spend some time focused on character design to kind of take me into the rest of developing this story.
Yeah, fantastic. And what's the story called?
It's called The Wait, and it, funnily enough, it is on waiting, something which, you know, we have all experienced. I've experienced a lot in my career, in my life, and a lot of my short stories are, I guess, inspired by things I've gone through, or ways of working out different opinions or emotions I might have about something. And with this one, it kind of developed out of a certain amount of frustration from like, as a Christian, there are times when people just don't understand your faith at all. They don't understand that you may believe that God is asking you to wait for something. I think a lot of the time in the world, it's like, no, you got to go for it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
there are definitely times you have to do that, but there are also times that you need to wait, and it's not fun. And this story is kind of exploring that idea. It isn't about faith, but it's definitely inspired by that.
Brilliant. No, really good. And when might we see the project come to life, or is that there's no pressure on that one? When do you imagine that happening?
I had been planning to start at the very end of December, and then I came down with the flu, so it will be happening very shortly.
Great.
Thankfully now I am better, and then once I've got the character designs and things, I'm planning to, just as I work on other things, just gradually bring it to the end.
So the wait is over for the wait to begin.
Hopefully, yeah.
I couldn't resist, I'm sorry. Well, Amanda, I've been a fan of your work from afar for some time. It's brilliant to be able to just contribute to you getting a project like this off the ground. It sounds fantastic. And I love... I think one of the things within the church, and maybe just more generally, people don't understand about artists, is the minutiae and the detail. Everyone loves a finished project, or an artist, oh, you've done all this, but sometimes people don't understand so much of, I need to spend some time developing my character design and that specific little things. And we love to be able to fund those things because the detail is so important in our work. So it's wonderful to be able to help in that way, and looking forward to seeing the project finished. And for any of you watching who'd like to help fund and help bring to life projects like this one, please consider supporting our patron scheme. We will continue showing videos of other projects that we're funding. Lots of exciting art being produced by Christians that we're connected with at the moment, which is brilliant. And so, yes, for today, though, we're done. Lovely to see you, Amanda, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.